In this presentation, I am going to discuss about the factors affecting national integration. This presentation helps you to analyze various factors affecting national integration and to understand how certain measures play a major role in achieving national integration. We all know that our country consists of different castes, religions, regions, and speak different languages. But still, ours is a secular democratic country and that we all are one. This kind of integration is very important in the building of a strong and prosperous nation. What actually the integration means? It means a feeling of togetherness and unity among the people of country. It also means an atmosphere in which all citizens, irrespective of their caste, religion, and region, live together peacefully. It refers to integration not only in one aspect but within all respects like social, political, economic, and emotional. A unique feature of our country is all the major religions of the world like Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, etc. are practiced here. Also, there are great varieties in costume, food habits, social customs. Not only that, geographically also our land is diverse and there are amazing differences in climate. Despite of all these differences, India is a single entity and every part of this governed is under the same constitution. Frankly speaking, the need for national integration was never felt before as it is felt today. The complex atmosphere and the worsening situations have led to the necessity of national integration. This feel of national integration must be inculcated in every citizen from the childhood to make a responsible person. How can we teach a child about national integration? We can do it by a simple manner by comparing our country with our own body. As we have different body parts or organs, we have different states or regions in our country. All our organs with different shapes, structures will do their own job but keeping in view of the sustainability of the whole body. There will be mutual cooperation in a great extent among the organs to keep the life survival. If one body part is affected or not under control, if it is sick, the whole body will feel it and the whole body will get affected. Likewise, in a nation also, all the states should have the mutual cooperation and all the citizens should keep the sustainability of nation in mind. In any such nation with immense diversities, there will be many obstacles to the achievement of national integration. In India also, a number of divisive forces are working overtime to put us asunder. For example, the overzealous religious, linguistic, and regional groups, by adopting narrow minded policies, are working for their immediate gains by sacrificing the country's long term interests. Like this, there are various factors obstructing the growth of national feeling. Some of those major factors are listed here: cultural aspects, political motives, lack of education, communalism, casteism, regionalism, linguistic fanaticism, social disparity, economic inequalities, ethnic conflicts, tribal identity, and corruption and lack of character. Let us briefly discuss one by one. Cultural aspects. We all know that India has a multiracial and multi-religious diverse culture. This can be a most effective tool for achieving national integration. Unfortunately, the people are not being correctly taught and guided on these cultural aspects. and hence the mixed culture has given to various complications in the society. It is often forgotten that we all belong to the same culture, whatever be its beginning. Coming to the next factor, political motives. For the sake of maintaining their status, political parties indulge in exploitation of the pupil in one form or the other. Their actions misguide people and take them away from the national integration feeling. For example, in states, political parties for their sustainability attract and motivate people basing on their regions, religions, language, etc. These political parties who are concentrated in a state seem to think only in terms of interests of their own states or some part of the state. And such selfish actions misguide people from the line of national integration. Next factor is lack of education. Though we are overcoming illiteracy problem slowly and gradually, at many places it is still uncontrolled and plays major role in affecting national integration. Generally, illiterates and unemployed are more easily misguided and exploited by the people with vested interests due to their ignorance and lack of proper perspective. Coming to the next factor, communalism. Religious opposition, antagonism, has posed a serious challenge to national integration in India. Political parties, for their own benefits, encourage one religion against the other, which has resulted in communal riots, bloodbath, mutual distrust, and disunity in the country. Large scale illiteracy and superstitions are responsible, along with other causes, for a rise of communalism in the country. It is very difficult to promote national integration under these situations. Another major factor is casteism. Casteism has always played a dirty role in matters of politics and reservation policy and has created a wide gap between different segments of society. Unfortunately, the caste system has been recognized by the framers of the constitution by providing a protective discrimination to scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. The socially neglected and scheduled castes under the suppression of upper castes have less sense of feeling of unity. Thus, unity and integrity has become a challenging dream in a caste-ridden society. The other one is regionalism. There are several regions in India having their unique traditions, food habits, dress and languages like that. Each region differs from the other in one or the other way, which leads to divisive tendencies within the country. The unequal development of different regions of India has negatively affected the character of national integration. This unequal development has become the major cause of many social movements after the independence. People of one region compete with the persons of other regions, leading to conflicts and retards progress. Another major factor is linguistic fanaticism. Multilingualism is one of the important characters of India. India has 15 officially recognized languages and there are about 1652 dialects which are spoken in India, which shows its diversity. But unfortunately, people of one language try to establish supremacy of their language over others, which becomes a barrier on the way of national integration. For example, when Hindi was declared as the national language, people of South India felt unhappy about this decision. Due to these linguistic and regional loyalties, the national feeling gradually erodes. Coming to the next one, social disparity. Social disparity refers to inequality in society based on unequal distribution of goods, services, wealth, power, rights, duties, etc. This social disparity among the people of different communities, castes, and sometimes within the community and caste causes tension and imbalance among the people. Social disparity poses great challenge to national integration. Coming to economic inequalities. Economic standard of people in a state depends on the fertility of land, resources available, and manpower management. All the states are generally not equal in terms of these and hence lead to uneven economic progress of the states. Even within a state, if distribution of wealth is not properly done, then day by day, poor people are becoming poorer and rich people are becoming richer, causing tension and conflicts. It is a problem for national integration. Coming to ethnic conflicts. While the modern concept of nationalism is closely linked with the concept of nation and state, but nowadays scholars describing another prevailing notion of nationalism such as religious nationalism and ethno-nationalism, etc. The concept of ethno-nationalism best defines the self-understanding of the ethnic groups in Northeast India in the various forms of their struggle for identity. Now, the conflicts between these ethnic groups have hindered national integration. Tribal identity. The pejorative or negative term tribal carries a denotation of primitivity and inferiority of the people for whom the name is applied. The attitude of the national mainstream that looks down upon the tribals is in serious conflict with the proud self-understanding of the tribals in various parts of the country. Such a pride is exhibited in their ethno-national feeling. And the last factor, corruption and lack of character. Corruption in the country is on a scale that can be linked to the ants eating away the roots of the foundation itself. The lack of moral character and ethical values deprive us from the strength to overcome our own weaknesses. Combined together, corruption and lack of character have caused immense damage to the nation, where many people literally sold their souls, our nation, for short term personal and political gains. All these are the major factors which are affecting national integration. As we all know, where there is a problem, there exists a solution. Similarly, for all these challenges which are affecting national integration, there are certain measures to overcome those challenges. So, what are those measures to achieve national integration? Few important measures are listed here, such as philosophy of integration, culture as a unifying factor, promotion of secularism, role of politics, economic unity, dignity of individuals, socio-economic reforms, education, emotional unity, national language, nationalism and patriotism, proper use of media, political and administrative measures. Let us discuss all these also one by one. Philosophy of integration. Integration requires commitment in theory and also in practice to work in a cooperative manner. It needs to be clearly understood that national integration is a process, a growth, and a development in which every citizen has a common stake and has to equally strive for achieving it continuously and vigorously, by always keeping the view of nation before self. The next measure is culture as a unifying factor. The process for evolution of today's Indian composite culture needs to be understood by everyone through its systematic education at all levels. This rich cultural heritage of India, in terms of the variety of languages, dialects, literature, arts, architecture, customs and traditions, food and eating habits, music, dance, ethics, spiritual or moral values, and so on, developed by all for understanding as to what India is. These existing subcultures of any part of the country simply form a part of the Indian culture. Just a portion can never be bigger than the whole. As such, the national perspective can then be understood, and the diverse Indian culture can contribute towards national unity and integrity. The other measure is promotion of secularism. The spirit of secularism is highly necessary in our multi-religious society. Any sorts of activities creating communal reactions in the public mind should be prohibited. No discrimination among the people on the grounds of religions should be made. Coming to the role of politics. The regional political parties play a dirty role in exploiting the regional feelings of the people. Politics needs to be separated from religion, and strict laws enacted and enforced against exploitation of the common man by the politicians and vested interests. Coming to economic unity. Earlier, we have already hinted at the economic inequality existing in our country while discussing the factors affecting national integration. For the sake of national integration, we have to see that no part of the country should be particularly backward from the economic viewpoint. For this, the backward classes and the minority people should be accorded special assistance for their general uplift. The next measure is dignity of individuals. Every citizen must be dealt with equal dignity irrespective of religion, region, language, caste, creed, and socio-economic status. Mutual respect will develop only if we believe in it and practice it rather than paying only lip service to it. That means rather than only discussing about it. Coming to the other measure, socio-economic reforms. Provision of equal rights and opportunities has been guaranteed through our constitution itself. However, its practice leaves much to be desired. The justice needs to be meted out equally and swiftly to ensure against frustrations and the forces of disintegration in the society. Coming to the major measure, education. Education is a very powerful weapon for national integration. Through education, we may give the necessary motivation to all children, that is, the future citizen of the nation. In the educational organizations, preference should be given to national ideas whenever possible. Only then we shall be able to promote nation. Only then we shall be able to promote national integration. And the next one is emotional unity. There can be no national integration unless all the people consider themselves as one. All the people of the land must come together into one emotional thread. Through emotional integration, we get the power and implicit sanction of the people. The other major measure has to be considered is national language. It needs to be ensured that the language should not become a barrier instead of a medium. The people should not be deprived of equal opportunity because of any language or the lack of it. It is important to note that no language be enforced on any particular region Rather, pupils be encouraged to learn additional languages as a matter of habit for better understanding of the literature and culture of other regions. Coming to nationalism and patriotism, we have a rich cultural heritage, but we have to keep building up through dedication and hard work. There is a definite need to inculcate the spirit of nationalism. Everyone should feel the society and country before self, and it has to be the common motto for everyone. And the next measure is proper use of media. The services of the radio and TV must be intelligently utilized in creating an atmosphere of goodwill and mutual understanding between different states of people. Media can be able to cut through all language barriers and reach the masses in the no time whose potential is tremendous. And the last measure, political and administrative measures. Since India is a federal democratic country, its integration in all respects should also be done in a democratic manner. Each ethnic, caste, tribal, religious, and linguistic group should have freedom for protecting and promoting their own culture and traditions, but keeping in view of national integration. Emotional integration with the development of a strong brotherhood among the people discourages the growth of separatism and regionalism. With all these measures, any nation can overcome the issues towards integration. Finally, it concludes that everyone must be taught that we all are Indians belonging to the one motherland. We must not give too much importance to separate identities. Achieving national integration is a slow moving, continuous, and long term work in progress which needs to be understood, encouraged, and practiced by every citizen of the country, especially the youth. So, this is all about our topic factors affecting national integrations and measures to achieve it. Thank you.